Okay. Says I'm. Whoa. I don't know if I'm live or not. Hold on. Just got that pulled up. I'm gonna check to make sure. Okay, we are live. Cool. Just double check. Looks like. Are we live? We might be live here. I think we're live right now. Okay. Sorry. I have never done one of these from my computer before, so a little bit different today. Welcome in, everyone. I'm just kind of sitting here at my apartment, and it's 10:30. Probably a couple hours. I'm gonna be leaving for storm chasing here, and we have a moderate risk of severe weather in effect for today. Let me just make sure my feed's up here. 1 second. I have never really done this before, like where I'm sitting at my computer at home in my own apartment before a storm chase, and I'm live to you guys. We have 54 people in here right now. Let me get this pulled up on my phone here. I'm just looping the latest HRRR run. You can see Supercell's probably on fire later off today. Are we good? Let me pull up chat. Okay, I think we're good. I think we're good. But welcome, everyone. Let's just start off with talking about what the Storm Prediction Center has for us today. And obviously, what we have on our screen here is a moderate risk of severe weather. Very heightened for this time of year, especially for this area. A little pretty rare for Iowa and stuff. You got the upgraded 15% tornado risk today, which does include St. Louis, in Jackson, Tennessee, Memphis, Tennessee, anywhere there in southeast Missouri, northeastern Arkansas, and parts of southwestern Illinois, even western Kentucky. That was upgraded this morning, I believe. From what we did have was a 10% tornado risk yesterday. There was a small 15% last night, and then they're now very confident and a very, very bullish tornado threat tonight. And this might be the main story of the whole thing, which is actually going to be causing fires all the way here in Texas, Oklahoma, and even after these storms pass through in eastern Kansas and western Missouri. About 45% hatched. Oh, what happened to it? 45% hatched area for significant wind gusts, which includes Chicago, includes Indianapolis, Memphis, Kansas City, which is literally where I'm at right now, in Omaha, Nebraska today. That's going to be a really big thing with these storms today. They're going to be windy, and they're also going to be moving very fast. And there's also a chance of some very large hail today, upwards of baseball size. And again, pretty much in that same area, where that moderate risk has been in place for that wind. There's also that 30% chance of some significant hail, and even the 15% chance around that. And we also got that risk tomorrow as well, down in Dixie Alley, and this is the day that's been talked about all over social media. It's going to be a high risk. We got 15% chance. It is huge, and I mean huge. 15% chance of tornadoes tomorrow down here in not the hail. In Mississippi, even eastern Louisiana, and almost all of Alabama is in a 15% hatch tornado risk tomorrow. And the 10% extends all the way through all of Mississippi, lots of Louisiana, all of Alabama, parts of Georgia, and that tornado risk also extends all the way up into Ohio. So, and the wind risk is also just as big as today. 45 hatched for wind, and this huge. Both tornado and wind driven tomorrow. And there's also something you don't see much for Dixie Alley right here, is a 30% hatched area for hail. That is something you usually do not see, but when you get closer and closer to these springtime setups, synoptics are better for hail events like this. So you do have they did put out the 30 hatch for hail, and I actually kind of believe that right now. So let's go in and talk about today real quick. Okay, so it just got worse on the last model run. Okay, cool. Single image. So we're talking about, widespread severe weather, obviously. And as we kind of sit in my apartment today, you're going to see storms here, fire probably right around 4 o'clock, just south of the Kansas City Metro. Kansas City's probably going to get a few tornadoes. I expect a few tornado reports right around the Kansas City area today, especially near and around the I-49, I-70 corridor, like literally right along the Kansas-Missouri border. I kind of expect storms of fire here in eastern Kansas, a little bit west than models do predict. And then you go 22Z, these storms are going to start to mature. And of course, there's that moderate risk almost all the way into eastern Nebraska. So you're going to have these arc of supercells firing all the way from eastern Nebraska near Omaha, Lincoln, and just wreak havoc. Again, mainly wind as you get closer to the Nebraska, Iowa side, but you're still going to talk about probably about some embedded tornadoes in there. And as kind of like 5, 6 p.m. hits, you're going to see, oh God, okay, not that, oh goodness gracious. You're going to see these storms really mature into what they're going to be, and that's why we have this moderate risk for severe weather, wind, and especially those tornadoes. You can see these little, let me zoom in on these here. We call these updraft helicity tracks. So pretty much what means, you see these little tracks with these storms here. This means pretty much a rotating thunderstorm. And you're going to see a lot of these tracks with these storms. You got one here, one here, one here. You got a little one right there. So this means these storms are going to be rotating. And they're going to be rotating a lot. This is what? This is 6 p.m. We might have to adjust the stream time today, just with storm initiation. I do think it's going to be 2 to 3 p.m. Right along that 49 corridor. But you can see here at 6 p.m. you're talking about 1, 2, 3, probably 4 or 5 separate supercells on a broken line, and the environment's there. And this is at 7 p.m. Look at all these updraft helicity tracks. These are all rotating thunderstorms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Like, we're talking a very high-end severe weather outbreak. We might actually, pushing a high risk today. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 separate of those updraft helicity tracks. What in the world just happened there? That are going to be, all these storms are going to potentially be producing tornadoes. Hold on, this is at 8 p.m. This is just pushing closer and closer to that St. Louis metro area, right along that I-70 corridor. I feel like that's really going to be maxed out where this tornado potential is going to be, especially right near St. Louis. And so many people live there. It's kind of crazy chase terrain. Again, you have those updraft helicity tracks. It doesn't technically mean they're going to produce tornadoes, but in this scenario here, they're probably going to be, with how volatile this atmosphere is. This is one of the most volatile atmospheres I've seen for the state of Missouri in a very long time. So I guess it's hard to kind of say, what is this? It's called a sounding. Pretty much tells you what the environment is for, storms, in and around that area. Taco King, thank you for becoming a member. Thank you so much. That much appreciated. You can see here, it's tough to explain, but this very, very long looping photograph, which means there's so much wind shear with these storms. And you have decent enough instability in front of the line. You only probably need about 500 joules per kilogram of CAPE. But you have this very, very enlarged photograph, which is very conductive for tornadoes. 72 degrees. This is literally at 8 p.m. So the sun's going to be down. 55-degree dew points is going to be plenty. Again, possible hazard type is a tornado, obviously. And then what this is here, we call the motions. So we got the storm motion vectors, and that pretty much kind of, gives you a telltale sign of like, how fast is this storm going to be moving? And if you want to convert, so it says 57 knots, and that's going to be like moving east and northeast. So if we go 57 knots, hold on, I'm going to do this, 7 knots, 2 miles per hour. We're talking about almost 65 to 70 mile an hour movements here. I don't know if you guys can see that, but yeah, 65 to 70 mile per hour moving storms. And that just complicates things, especially in the chasing side. you have to find one highway, and it's probably going to be Interstate 70 today. But that's how fast those storms are going to be moving. They're going to be moving like just absolutely incredibly fast. Let me zoom back out here. All right. But again, environment's very conductive for tornadoes. This is at 8 p.m. today, by the way. And then you got 9 p.m. This line is just, again, wreaking havoc, and it's just inching closer and closer to that St. Louis area. I cannot stress enough today, if you live in the St. Louis metro area, you need to have a plan in place, have a weather radio, have a basement. If you don't have a basement, have your plan of action to stay safe, because such a populated area, these are going to, potentially, some of these are going to be quick-hitting tornadoes, and some of them could be long-track, strong to violent ones. And it just continues. This is at 10 This is at 10 p.m. right through the St. Louis metro area. So many supercells just embedded in this one line. I haven't seen this in such a long time, where we see such a volatile atmosphere in place for a very, very populated area. I really just hate to say it's probably going to be a tornado outbreak tonight. And then you go 11 p.m. These are still going in southwestern Illinois. Continuing, the line does show to kind of try to weaken a little bit. But you're still going to see embedded supercells. There's even convective signals for supercells to erupt down here in northeastern Arkansas and extreme southeastern Missouri in that Boot Heel region. So this is at midnight, and then 1 a.m. you still got these storms going. I fully expect to be chasing until like 1 or 2 a.m. tonight, unfortunately, which I really didn't get much sleep last night because of the eclipse, which is fine. So yeah, this is what we're looking at for today specifically. I guess we can go look at another model, but it's not really going to matter too much in the grand scheme of things. Again, this one, again, has storms firing near the Kansas City region, west of the Kansas City metro. You can just see them move along to the east. Those tracks, probably embedded tornadoes if this is going to come to fruition. This one tries to keep everything north of the St. Louis metro, which is weird. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think St. Louis is going to just absolutely slam tonight. So that's for today. Planning wise, I was looking at storms down there. Oh, well, we got a new developing situation, guys. We have a new mesoscale discussion out here. This includes the Kansas City metro. I'm not even packed yet. Okay, no, it's a 20% chance of a watch being issued. An initial round of convective development is expected to remain sub-severe as it spreads northeastward. Okay, never mind. I had like a mini heart attack there. Trying to see what the heck this was. So yeah, mesoscale discussion for parts of eastern Kansas, western and southwestern Missouri, and northwestern Arkansas, and that's for whatever these storms are doing. So nothing really too important. Again, they're going to stay below severe limits. So just this general area right here is where storms are developing, and they're just going to jet off all the way that direction. Yeah, I was like, shoot, maybe I need to like, stop everything I'm doing there. Okay, enough of that. It's not really going to matter too much. So what have we all got here? Yeah, through the night. Appreciate you guys tuning into this stream. I never thought we would have a turnout like this for somewhat of a forecast video. Appreciate you guys. I do agree. Tomorrow's going to have the higher chance of tornadoes, for sure. I think damaging winds are definitely going to be taking over as the main threat. So let's go down for tomorrow. Again, like I said, there's that moderate risk, 15% hatched for tornadoes, wind, and hail. This interesting setup down there. Okay, that's at like, go 15Z. Okay, so here we go. So we're talking, okay, this is 15Z, so 12. This is about 10 a.m. See, there's not only a few showers and thunderstorms here. Go long. This is at noon. You already have what we call these confluence bands. We kind of see where they set up. There's kind of like one here, there's one here, but this is where we're going to be watching for supercell development. It's probably about 1 p.m., 2 p.m. These things are really going to get going. Look at all these little beans that are on here. the magnitude of like how many like mini supercells we could have tomorrow is actually insane. So you got like a couple beans here, one bean here, one bean here, one bean, another bean, another bean, another bean, another bean. And you even have some of these storms up here that are probably going to be producing tornadoes. And this is at 2 p.m. tomorrow. You can go one more hour here, and you can see here, again, a lot of discrete-ish supercells in the warm sector here in Mississippi. All of these are probably going to be producing tornadoes. And your amount of instability tomorrow is actually insane. We're almost pushing 4,000 joules per kilogram of instability. You do not see that for Dixie often. That is so much instability for that area. Scary amount of instability. If I'm being honest, tomorrow's probably going to go high risk because of that specifically. If any of those other fail modes don't take place. And this is at 4 p.m. You can see here, this whole entire line will probably be producing tornadoes. We're probably still going to be out here, eastern Mississippi, western Alabama. We got, again, multiple supercells. Just kind of riding along. And then 22Z, the storms are still going. You kind of keep going here. You know, this threat will shift eastwards relatively quickly. Again, these storms down here are probably going to be moving at same speed as this today, almost 65 miles an hour. Actually, maybe even a little faster. I'm too zoomed in, aren't I? Yeah, I'm too zoomed in. Shoot, oh well. Yeah, and threat shifts eastward. It's 8 p.m. Probably be chasing all the way until we really need to. These storms are still going to be going all the way into western Georgia. Hopefully we wouldn't fall behind or anything. There's a very, very good likelihood we end up falling behind at some point as we go later on into the day. We just want to be in the best spot, for, the actual tornadoes. So we're talking probably from noon all the way to like 7 p.m. So that's your prime time for tornadoes. Obviously, I'm probably going to have to overnight to be able to get to Mississippi in time. But you got to do what you got to do. There's such volatile days. And for that plan, let's look at... Okay, who cares about this right now? No one. So you look at... Okay, maybe I won't zoom in. The roads won't zoom in, but you can kind of see all these roads here. You got the... I believe this is Interstate 55. And you got all these back roads, or these back road highways. A lot of northeast highways in Mississippi. So hopefully we'd be able to keep up. In theory we would like. Let's go back to where was it? This go 7, 15, 18. Let's go to the death run that we had last night at this time. So let's just say, okay, there's these supercells here just north of the I-20 corridor. We would want to be positioned like right here, right in front of them, because one wrong move, you're done for, and you're not going to be able to see anything. So in theory, we're going to want to position ourselves ahead of these by a good amount, probably like a good 30 miles. And you can drop south as soon as these are producing. We are looking at a convective output for tomorrow. This is at 2 p.m. Sorry, I needed coffees. Yeah, but in theory, you're going to want to stay out ahead of these storms until they're producing. And they could produce pretty quick, too. It's just a matter of, staying on the right ones. Let's do this. I wasn't completely prepared for the live stream today, but it's fine. Riding the boats together, I agree. No, not that. I was going to go... Updraft Felicity tracks. Okay, this is 06Z. You can see here look at all these rotating storms. All the way from frickin' eastern Mississippi, all the way through Alabama, even into western Georgia, Tennessee. I think there's even some supercells that are supposed to be in Ohio as well. And then there's today's all the way here through eastern Missouri. I haven't seen a thing for Missouri like this in a long time. Yeah, I do have Starlink, though. I guess I'm not too worried about, I guess streaming is very important, but just being out there and making sure you get the word out. The National Weather Service is going to be on this like glue. They probably have a lot of staff going to be pulled in for this. They're going to be locked and loaded and ready. But chasers, especially out here in those parts of Mississippi, are very important because there's so many trees and stuff. Oh, the black map I was using, that was radar scope, so that's just radar. That's a radar map I was using. This is what I use while storm chasing. I just have it on my computer. Same, pretty much thing. It's just the radar. Okay, so someone had a question. I probably won't because I'll be rolling in late. Someone asked, how does Northeast Ohio look for Saturday? I got you, my guy. No, wrong one. Mid-Atlantic, Ohio. Let's do Ohio Valley. That might be better. There you go. 12Z. So we're talking about Saturday, Northeast Ohio. I think you kind of downtrended in that area. As you can see here, there is a chance of a few showers and thunderstorms. AFN, what's up? Welcome in, everyone. Appreciate you tuning in today. This is just our forecasting live stream. Usually, I would not do this, but we have such a volatile day today. Yeah, I feel very warranted to do so. Northeast Ohio, you're probably going to be looking at maybe a few showers and thunderstorms. Definitely a lower chance of that tornado threat reaching over there. You do have... Let me pull that up real quick. Do you have that? Oh, no, that's the wrong one. You do have that 2% tornado risk kind of reaching up to your area. Columbus, Cincinnati, it's Northeast Ohio specifically is technically not in that 2% tornado risk, but I would still be watching for a chance of a brief tornado or two up there if a storm is in the stronger category. Yeah, Michigan's also supposed to get higher winds. I don't know where to set my phone. I'm like trying to make sure I can read everything. What was I doing before? What was I doing? Oh, not wrong thing. What was I doing? I'm trying to remember what I was doing. Oh yeah, someone was asking about Ohio. You live in Northwest Ohio. You probably have a little bit higher chance living in Northwest Ohio. The model outputs are kind of keen on a couple supercells out there. You do, again, slight risk for a lot of Ohio right now. Do you think we'll get anything in KC before I get off work at 4:30? I do expect a few storms to fire before 4:30, especially in the Kansas City area. Let's go back 11. You see here, this is at 4 p.m. The H-strip bar does have a few supercells trying to fire. They're probably going to be a little weak at this time, but they're still going to be producing probably very damaging winds around the metro. Oh, I did not mean to do that. But yeah, this is at 4 p.m. So you're probably going to be talking thunderstorms before 4:30. Nashville get any update, gotten any better or anything? I will check on that in just a second. But yeah, the storms for Kansas City are going to be pushing out of the metro by 5 p.m. So, okay, someone asked about Nashville. Yeah, St. Louis. I'm going to go in the order of chat here, questions-wise. Yeah, St. Louis is looking really rough. Let's just say time frame from 8 p.m. all the way to 11 p.m. And this is at 8 p.m. They're going to be west of the metro. 9 p.m., 10 p.m. So I would say 8 to 11 p.m. you're going to be talking the time frame for the St. Louis area. Anywhere in between there, you're going to really need to... That's your prime time for supercells and tornadoes, potentially strong to violent. I'm not really trying to sugarcoat anything either. I'm not going to be hyping this up like, oh, this is going to be this. Oh, this is going to be this. It's going to be super mega outbreak. I'm just trying to make sure you guys are aware of the hazards, especially if you're asking exactly where you live. Okay, so Nashville. Tricky situation for Nashville tonight. A couple runs before, we were talking about some supercells overnight tonight. They kind of backed off on that. There's still definitely a chance for a couple tornadoes tonight. They're potentially strong if they really get going for the Nashville area. Again, we're probably going to be talking about tomorrow instead for Nashville. You can see here all these storms here kind of bubbling in that general vicinity. I believe you're in the... Yeah, you guys are in the 10 hatch tornado risk, so still dangerous, plenty dangerous for you guys here in Nashville tomorrow, and just anywhere in the southeast, man. It's ridiculous. It is just ridiculous. The model output for tomorrow is ridiculous. Yeah, from anywhere from noon, starting at noon. After that, probably for you guys in Nashville. Again, it's showing it's gonna be a little bit messy up there. You're gonna have rain beforehand, and you're still gonna probably see those tornadic storms. Again, anywhere from after like noon past 3 p.m., Again, 4 p.m. you can see this line really starts to get going here for northeastern Mississippi, northwestern Alabama, parts of central Tennessee, maybe even Kentucky as well. That's gonna be producing tornadoes too. And then you go, it's 5 p.m. Jesus, this line is just absolutely maxed out right near the Nashville area. So yeah, if you're talking Nashville, anywhere from noon to 6 p.m. probably. It doesn't really want to move here. It's like all training northeastern storms. So I guess anywhere from like noon to 7. We'll call it noon to 7 p.m. You gotta be on your high horse. Okay. Today for Columbia, Missouri. As again, like I said, you're probably gonna be talking about storms forming here. Western Missouri, 4 p.m. Gonna move off to the east. This is 5 p.m., 6 p.m. So pretty much any time from 4 to 8 p.m. for Columbia. And the storms will probably be off to your east by 8, 9 p.m. Cape Girardeau. That's going to be definitely later on tonight. So Cape Girardeau, I believe it's like right down here. This is 10, 11 p.m. You got supercells that are off to your west. They're maturing. They're going to move to your area after 10 p.m. probably. Fast-moving storms. But you're going to be looking at these storms here for Cape Girardeau late night. So again, you need to, if you don't have a weather radio, there are weather radios available, I believe, at Home Depot. Let's figure this out. Home Depot. If you have a Home Depot, they probably have a weather radio. Let me just double check here. No, you do not want to use my location. Come on. Yes, they do sell weather radios. I think that's for my local one, I believe. But they might locally sell weather radios. So if you do not have one, I do recommend getting one because your phone's not going to be accurate sometimes. It won't tell you about the warning. Yes, you can be watching... let's just say you're watching the news. They cut in. There's a tornado warning for your area, but you're not going to hear. Sometimes you don't even hear the sirens inside. So I do recommend getting a weather radio. I don't know how and what's available specifically at a location. I haven't went and looked myself, but I do have. You guys can see here one of these. I got it off Amazon. It's $30. It's a really nice one. It's got a little handle here. Plays AM, FM radio. You get the option for you got the weather. You got the NOAA radio here. It's got this little solar thing. It can charge by solar, and then it's also got the hand crank. So like, worst comes to it, you have the hand crank. So if your weather radio starts dying, you have it, and you can still technically use it. It was $30 on Amazon. It works good. It can charge my phone too if need be. It also has a flashlight, I believe. Yeah, it also has a... Wait, oh, that's inside. Hold on. Yeah, it's also got a flashlight here. So, pretty cool stuff. Didn't mean to blind you guys. Okay, let me turn this off. Pretty bright too. So, yeah, you lose power, it's going to have that flashlight for you. Okay. I can't, Lexington, Kentucky. Okay. I got a lot of questions from people, and I don't blame you guys. I'm literally going to get storms here in like 3 minutes, man. Lexington, Kentucky. Okay, that's over there. Lexington, Kentucky. I got you. You might be talking some tornadoes later. Probably not tonight. No, probably tomorrow. Let's go. Again, Lexington, Kentucky, you're all the way in the northeast corner, so it's going to be a little bit more messy. You're going to see a lot of rain. But models do have some of these storms pushing into your area tomorrow, so probably anywhere, probably from 3 p.m. till like 9 p.m. So just be watching that time frame. Again, don't be scared, be prepared. I know your big weather guy talks about it a lot, Ryan Hall. He's the one that says that all the time, but it's true. Don't be scared, be prepared. I'm trying to make sure this camera's good. Ringgold, Georgia. Let me see where that is. I don't know any of these places. I apologize. Where the heck is that? I do not know where Ringgold, Georgia is. Okay, so that's all the way. Okay, that's northwest Georgia. Okay, perfect. That can do that. So again, you're gonna have that line of storms. You know, we've been talking about the same area over and over again. That's fine. You're gonna talk about this line of storms moving in. Okay, it's gonna be after probably 7 p.m. for you. Again, generally, you're gonna see a good amount of storms there. I remember passing there through that not too long ago for a hurricane. Anywhere from like 8, 9 p.m. afterwards. You're going to see those storms move in through your area. What time is it? 11 o'clock. Okay, cool. Producing tornadoes, probably. And then it'll move off to the east. Might be slower, but anywhere from pretty much 8, 9 p.m., probably past 1 a.m. It's going to be your time frame for you. Fremont, Nebraska. I don't believe Fremont's going to get anything. We can go look real quick, though, just in case. I don't mind. I think you're mainly anything, so obviously it's really hard to on the convective output here. You might see these are going to be weaker storms per se, but they're going to still be producing damaging winds. Pretty low chance for you in Fremont, but definitely I would be really watching for that damaging wind threat for you guys. Anywhere from 3 p.m. past sundown for you. Minnesota, probably not. Or actually, yes, probably, but Manikato. I'm so bad with locations right now. Manikato. Okay, so south central Minnesota. Keep it. No, we gotta go Midwest. And you got some storms there. It's probably gonna be a little later than you think. It doesn't look impressive off the models, but you can definitely see damaging winds anyways. So anytime after 3 p.m. I know it's a general thing, but anytime after 3 p.m. for you, you probably be watching out. You'll be all right in Ireland, don't worry. Lucy, what's up? Welcome in. I'll be alive for just a little bit longer. I'm going to probably get my stuff packed and everything. Because apparently I don't like to do that until last minute. Let's check on Arkansas for you, my guy. I got you. Anything that's going to be after 7 p.m. for Arkansas. Any further south you go, especially along here, it's going to be later. Again, these models are probably, again, after 8 p.m., you're going to have storms try to start forming here in northeastern Arkansas. And you just kind of keep going here. You got to get some mature stuff. It's going to be mainly eastern Arkansas, if that's what you're talking about, anytime after 8 p.m. But yeah, you get a few supercells that are supposed to form. Pretty conditional tornado threat down there. If you do get a storm to fire, it is going to be a very strong one. So anytime after 8 p.m. Till like 8 p.m. to 2 a.m., especially for eastern Arkansas. Thoughts on Ooh, that's a good question. Sunday we have not talked about. There's a slight risk. I totally forgot about Sunday. Yeah, Baltimore, you're in a slight risk. I guess I don't know if any of the models go out that far. Hold on. I never thought of that. Yeah, they do go out that far. Cool. I don't know how it looks. I literally have not looked. I've been paying attention. Looks like it's going to be a linear storm mode for you there. You're probably going to see wind gusts and maybe a few embedded tornadoes there on Saturday. I won't give you a specific time frame because it's just far enough out where I wouldn't want to say anything yet on specific time frames. But you can see definitely a very, very thin line of storms moving through your area on Sunday afternoon into the evening. Oops, wrong thing. Oh, maybe. Got a spare windshield. I do not have a spare windshield, nor do I have a cover for the Starlink, because apparently I'm not smart enough to be like, oh, I should have done this. I should have ordered this on Amazon beforehand. Storms due to pop up today, 3 p.m. I would say, sorry for yawning. I'm probably around 3 p.m. St. Louis, we'll just go back. We'll go pan back to St. Louis. I don't mind that either. Is this one far enough in? It is not. St. Louis, you're talking after 8 p.m. Big time supercells. You can see here, very, very, very potent line moving through your area. This at 9 p.m. and 10. So probably after 8 p.m., you're going to be getting slammed by this line. I'll probably be rolling through St. Louis at that time, trying to keep my butt ahead of the line. Where am I located? I'm located in Kansas City. Terre Haute, Indianapolis, or Indiana. Sorry, Jesus. Maybe some storms later on tonight. They're probably going to weaken as they get to your area, though. If we go... I don't know about tomorrow. I've not seen tomorrow. You might be in the clear tomorrow. I think everything's going to stay off to your east. I think you're in that weird area where you're not really going to see much. But definitely just kind of keep an eye out on your local and National Weather Service and things. I will be chasing, yes. We can look at National right now. The fact that we're literally zoned in on it. Anytime after 3 p.m., you're going to see these storms move in. Big time line of storms. It's going to be a lot of rain, but you're definitely going to see a few tornadoes along this line. You can see here. Again, anytime noon to 7 p.m. for you guys in Nashville. Then that line with storms will start moving off to the east. Noon to 7. You can see how potent that line is there for a little bit. Especially around rush hour traffic. I guess it's a Saturday, so it's technically not rush hour, but you're still going to see that line of storms. Someone asked about Burlington, Iowa. Burlington, Iowa. I should know where. Okay, I just want to double check because I feel stupid this morning. Burlington. Okay, extreme. Okay, I was right. Extreme southeastern Iowa. We'll be out in the same area as them. So you said Burlington, Iowa. I guess kind of same story, just a little bit further north. A little bit more of a trickier forecast. Is the instability going to be high enough? Do you have enough energy? Is the moisture going to be enough? But you're still going to see probably very, very strong winds, including embedded tornadoes, all the way into extreme southeastern Iowa. Anytime after 6 p.m. We'll probably be live around... I think I'm going to push my stream back to 3 p.m. today. The chasing stream. Just so we kind of account for whenever these storms actually try to fire. Oh, wait. I can do forecast models, observations, models. Wait, what did I just had on there? Oh, this is this one. Okay, cool. Any other questions for you guys? Especially where you live, I can answer here for another 23 minutes. Springfield, I got you. Again, that's going to be a little bit earlier timing for you. It's a little bit more iffy the further west you go, especially that far southwest. But this is at 5 p.m. You're going to have some storms near your area. They'll probably move out by 7. That line's all going to be moving. You have a really short window in Springfield, all depending on where those storms fire. You actually will have some storms moving through your area here soon at some point. They're going to be below severe limits, but you have a little line of storms here that's going to move through. They're just little precursor storms. Again, just this whole area here. It's just a little area of early convection. Moving off to the northeast. I don't know why I did that one curving north. Actually pretty fast. I click on one of these. Moving northeast at 52 knots. So that's almost 60 miles an hour. But yeah, these storms right here are below severe limits. Your main threat's going to be later on after near 5 p.m. for you guys. You're in Delaware. You'll be fine if you're in Delaware. Eastern Nebraska. Timing-wise. Anytime after 3 p.m. for you guys in the eastern Nebraska. A little bit tougher forecast for you guys. Storms are going to probably look weaker, but they're still going to be producing damaging winds and maybe even an isolated tornado or two. They're probably going to be weak. Again, they're going to be the weaker kind of storms. So I'll be watching out at any time after 3 p.m. for you guys. Again, just kind of consult your National Weather Service office. Just, And that goes for Lincoln, too. Any general area in eastern Nebraska and even western Iowa. What states am I going to be chasing? Well, today I'm going to be in Missouri and Illinois. And then tomorrow I'll be in parts of Mississippi, Alabama, and maybe even Georgia. Southeast Wisconsin. Your severe threat's going to struggle to make it up there. But you can still see, let me pull back here. Midwest, there we go. You can still see definitely a few stronger storms after sundown. So anytime after sundown for you guys, probably around the 10 p.m. range, I would think you're going to have this weaker line of storms move through, but you're definitely going to be still talking about severe weather. Heck yeah. I would be surprised if Omaha got much, but again, you're talking about probably strong downbursts, which is going to, enhance that severe wind potential. Get a hail near Green Bay this morning. Holy cow. Starkville, Mississippi. Oh boy, do I could talk a lot about Starkville, Mississippi. Oh god, that's like tonight. Hold on, okay. You can see a few tornadoes tonight as well in Mississippi. Starkville's probably, I think, right around that area, so showing, and it would be any time after sundown. It is showing some supercells producing tornadoes out there. Be watching that. Or is that 10% chance of a strong tornado or two within 25 miles of a given point. If we go to tomorrow, though, you're also going to be talking about tornadoes in that same area. Anytime afternoon until like 7 p.m., you're gonna have storms roll through that area. I feel like, again, like at 2 to 6 p.m., eastern Mississippi, western Alabama is going to be very, very nuts. But yeah, you're going to be talking about big-time supercells. How's southeastern Kansas doing with weather? A lot of things. So if we're actually talking about... Let me go here. Hold on, I'm on the wrong thing. If we're talking about southeastern Kansas, you might see a few storms a day. Probably not going to be severe limits. Nope, wrong thing. Fire. Literally, you got to talk about fire weather outlook for you guys. This is a little bit different than I would usually, talk about. But for the fact that, this is probably just as serious as the severe threat. There is a huge, extreme fire risk today. Lots of western Texas. Much of central Oklahoma, even stretching into southeastern Kansas. And yet, this is what's the most dangerous part. They have outlined an area of isolated dry thunderstorms, which means thunderstorms that are hardly producing rain, and they are throwing out lightning bolts, which will ignite fires. That's not good. And with these wind gusts behind the system, almost of 70 to 80 miles an hour, you get a little spark of a flame there from a lightning strike. That fire is going to spread quickly. So you're talking about major wildfire potential, even like today, all the way through even Illinois, Indiana. I've never seen a fire outlook like this. It's so weird. But yeah, the winds are going to be cranking behind the system. Even thoughts on Albertville, Alabama. Where the heck is Albertville? Albertville, Alabama. Luckily. Oh, you're literally near a national forest. Okay, cool. That's not good for seeing storms. Anytime after 7 p.m. for you guys. 7 anytime after 7 p.m. you're going to see these storms roll through. Then generally, let me just double check. Yeah. Okay, northeastern. You're going to see these storms roll through. Again, anytime after 7 p.m. You're going to be talking about the later part of the slate. Big time. We do have there is a Discord server. Is it saying anything? Oh no, there is a Discord server though. I need to fix it. Anytime after 6 p.m. for you guys and for you in Northeast Alabama specifically. I love Baja Blast too. I have a lot in my backseat of the car. Do I think a high risk will be issued tomorrow? If anything's trending how it has been trending, I want to be serious about this because a high risk is something you don't want. That is the highest echelon of severe weather that you can get. It would be tornado driven, obviously, but we're talking high echelon of severe weather tomorrow. And I really and truly do think a high risk is possible. And I don't like to say that, but with the way things are trending, with discrete supercells, the environment that these storms are going to have, there's not many fail modes. Like, you don't like to see that trend. I do think high risk is likely for tomorrow right now. They're just waiting to get a little closer to actually do it. That's all right. You'll learn. Okay, someone asked about the Mississippi Gulf Coast. I think your main threat's going to stay north of there. It's really tough to tell. You kind of see here, again, 7, 6, anytime after 5 p.m. You're going to have these little beans in southern Mississippi. I don't know how the environment's going to technically be done. Let me just take a quick sound in. Yeah, you have a very cracked down environment down there. Definitely can see tornadoes. Just depends on how well these storms mature. And I'm not sure how well they're going to mature. Anytime after 4 p.m. Actually, no. Anytime after 3 p.m. for you guys in the Mississippi Gulf Coast region. Anytime from after 3 p.m. till like after 9, probably. You're going to be talking about tornadoes. Southeastern Michigan. I'm not too sold on a Southeastern Michigan tornado. I know there's been talks about it from Michigan residents. This model output does not have really anything. Southeastern Michigan. You guys aren't even in a tornado risk tomorrow. You could see an extreme Southeastern Michigan. There is a marginal risk. So if you live in the extreme Southeastern Michigan area, you just watch for a couple stronger storms or 2. That's tomorrow. I'm talking about tomorrow for the Mississippi Gulf Coast region. Sorry, I should have specified. that's my fault. Nashville. I got you. I know there's been a lot of questions about Nashville. Big populated area. And I don't blame you guys. So anytime after like noon and 1 o'clock, you're going to have these storms moving in from the southwest. These things are going to be flying 60 plus miles an hour. Today is the Missouri stuff, though. This is tomorrow. You're going to have these clusters of storms move in. This anytime after noon to noon tomorrow. You have these line of storms move through. It's going to be a very fine line of where it maybe sets up. But you're going to be talking about tornadoes. A very, very potent line anytime from noon to after sundown here in Nashville. And then after that, the line will probably begin to move off to the east a little bit. We have 200 likes on the stream already. Let's freaking go, you guys. I appreciate you guys so much. You don't understand. It's probably the most potent, gonna be the most potent stretch of weather all year. How's Scott Air Force Base? Isn't that near St. Louis? Yeah, that's near St. Louis. Yeah, it's gonna be rough tonight. It's somewhere around here. But again, this line of storm is gonna be moving through. It's gonna form in western. It's gonna form in western Missouri. It's gonna move off to your east. We're gonna be talking after sundown, 7, 8 p.m. The line of storm is gonna be moving through. You have multiple supercells along this line that are gonna be producing tornadoes as it moves off to the east here. And we're talking 8, 9 p.m. This is gonna hit the Missouri Illinois border, pretty much Mississippi River Valley, up there, and it's just gonna wreak havoc. You're probably gonna be talking about multiple. I wish I really had a draw tool. I don't have a draw tool on here. We're gonna be talking about multiple separate circulations along this line, and they're probably gonna be a little bit more broken line of supercells as they kind of reach the Mississippi River Valley here near St. Louis. So here it just kind of keeps even punching into Western Illinois too. You're 50 miles outside of KCMO. So yeah, like I was saying, you're going to be talking about storms forming probably around 3, 4 p.m. near the metro, and they're going to move out to the east. They're going to really get going as they hit central Missouri, though. That's like 6, 7 p.m. in central Missouri. Okay, we're going to be live for 10 more minutes here. Get your questions in now if you have any questions here. I don't think the broken line will hit Nashville tonight. I'm mainly concerned about tomorrow for Nashville. I don't think the line's... I think the line's going to be weak enough. As you can see here, it's probably going to be more so just regular thunderstorms. Lando Lakes, Pasco County, Florida. Florida should be fine. Parts of Florida might get stuff tomorrow. I've never seen crazy model runs like this before. I guess besides, I guess if you want to say March 31st, which was my first ever high risk I chased, and then May 6th last year. Yeah, I'm thinking 3-5. What happened in Nashville there? That was awesome. That was a really bad day, but yeah, I think you're gonna struggle with that line of storms that tries to move through. Tonight specifically, you're gonna probably need to be worried about tomorrow. I don't think today is gonna go high risk. We're definitely gonna be pushing that criteria though, or we're gonna be making a run for the money today. Adrian, the F4s tomorrow are very possible. We're talking strong, long track, violent tornadoes. This is a front. That's so. I guess it's really hard to say. I guess we can. Okay, I got a little time here. We're gonna throw this out. Pretty much, it's tough to say exactly without being like a really big weather nerd. We call this a trough. It's gonna be ejecting off the United States. We also have a low pressure system that is going to be sweeping through the northern part. So that's going to be enhancing that severe potential. See where that low pressure system is setting up? It's in northeastern Kansas. And just to the east is where you're going to get that severe weather. A lot of shear. You're talking almost 100 knots of 500 millibar winds. And that's so much and then the 850s tonight too. The 850s are closer to the surface of the ground. And still almost 60 knots of low-level shear close to the ground. So that's 70, 80 mile an hour winds pushing moisture north. And you also have that, what we call that surface low that helps pull that moisture in north. Cleveland, Ohio, you're probably going to be fine. Central Florida, you're going to be fine. We're going to be talking about the panhandle of Florida, if anything. Time zone, we're talking all central time today. Sorry, I'm like drinking coffee like a madman here. What's the cape for the system? I got you. Okay, so we're talking about further south, you're having more instability. We're talking 1,000 to 2,000, which is plenty. You really don't need anything more than that for this type of system. But you even go to tomorrow, down here, we're pushing 3,000 joules per kilogram of cape. That's so much instability and energy for these storms to work with. More than you would ever need. Lower Illinois, not just affected by wind. You're going to be talking about tornadoes tomorrow. You're definitely going to have a tornado threat tomorrow. Or tonight, sorry. Not tomorrow, tonight. Tonight, Ryan, tonight. Oh, looks like 15Z's out. I'll have to take a quick look at this. Anytime after 8, 9 p.m. for Southern Illinois. It's not just going to be wind for you guys. You're also going to be talking about embedded tornadoes. I hate that, though. Even this one's bad. Jesus Christ, dude. You gotta be kidding me, right? You can see here, this is going to be Southern Illinois. This is 11 p.m. This line is pushed into the central part of Illinois. And we're talking also about Missouri here. Okay, let's roll the forecast. I'm going to be lazy. It's 4 p.m., 5 p.m., 6 p.m., 7 p.m., 8 p.m., 9 p.m., 10 p.m.? Yeah, 10 p.m. 11, 12, that's midnight. So pretty much anytime after 8 or 9 p.m., probably past 2 a.m. for you in Southern Illinois. I pretty much showed that wind shear for you guys right there a little bit ago. I guess we'll look at the 850s. You can see here, it kind of shows, oh, no, it does not go forward. Oh, hold on. See here as, the day goes on, this low-level jet's already cranking, and it's not even past noon, but see here, 17, 18, 19, 20, you can see as we approach the nighttime, as we hit 7 p.m., look at that low-level jet. Look at these winds. These are pushing... Oh, I did not mean to do that. pushing perpendicular into these storms. This low-level jet, as it hits the St. Louis area, is absolutely insane. Low-level winds are supporting strong to violent tornadoes. This is exactly what we're looking at. Look at all this shear. This is the low-level shear. This is very close to the surface, by the way. So, I will be chasing solo. My roommate has work. So, it kind of puts me in that predicament, you know, of where I, you know, kind of have to be out alone. Iowa, you will be talking about some storms today, probably. I don't know how you wouldn't have storms in Iowa today. Again, it's going to be a weird broken line. Let's just say this is 7 p.m. 7 p.m. Anytime after 5 p.m., 7 p.m. through west, central, maybe even southeastern Iowa. And you're going to have that line push a little further. It's going to be a little messy in Iowa, but you're going to be talking about that damaging wind potential and maybe even a few tornadoes. Anytime pretty much after 4 p.m. Where am I? I'll be in central and eastern Missouri into western Illinois today. I do think southeastern Iowa is going to get with some pretty good storms. You're on that weird corridor of where that line's probably going to be maturing. You're definitely going to get the QLCS tornadoes. Chicago and Gary, Indiana. Later on the night, you might see that this line of storms. It may stay strong enough as it kind of moves to your area here. You can see here. It's going to be a little bit of a mess. You're probably going to be talking after midnight for you guys for severe storms, but you definitely might see some severe storms as they kind of move closer to you. Northeast Alabama. We are going to be live for only a couple more minutes here. I need to start packing up and getting ready for the chase. Anytime after 6, 7 p.m. for you guys in northeastern Alabama, you can see this line of storms is going to be moving through. You're also going to have isolated supercells with what we call the confluence bands in front of it and everything in the warm sectors. So anytime after 6, 7 p.m. for you guys in northeastern Alabama, strong tornadoes are that possibility. Some may be violent. You're going to be talking anytime after 6 p.m. for the pleas of the love of God. Please have a plan in place today for severe weather. Today, tomorrow is the most important time. If you don't have a safety plan, make one now. You have a little bit of time to do so. Atlanta, Georgia, again, that's going to be after sundown. You're going to have that storms move through the area probably around midnight. Around the midnight time, they're going to be producing tornadoes. You're going to be talking about strong tornadoes, too, in the Atlanta area later on. I do think there should be a flood watch for the national area. Is there... I don't know if I can see. We'll look real quick to see if I can figure this out. Where would I look for the flooding? I have no idea. If that tells you anything. Let me... Okay. I think you are going to be in a flood watch. Okay, there is a flood watch in effect for parts of the southern advisory area. Hold on. Oh, it's the weather prediction. Sorry, I'm stupid. I don't know. My brain's not thinking. We'll look at this flood threat real quick before we head out. You're also talking about heavy snow, freezing rain, possible. Oh, behind this whole thing. There's a slight risk of excessive rainfall tomorrow. I would expect to see some isolated flooding anywhere here. Oh, look. The West Coast is trying to be funny and sneak itself in. But yeah, flooding threat for Southeast tomorrow. It's not going to be crazy or anything, but you're definitely going to be talking about that threat for flooding. And then tomorrow maybe even a little bit. But today you're really not going to have to worry too much. I would say. Might see some very isolated flooding reports. But I would say tomorrow would be your better chance of flooding throughout this whole thing. Cameron, what's up? Welcome in. I'm literally about to can the live stream too. Any more questions? Any more questions? Yeah, I'm starting to get cloudy in KC. For sure. I think we got storms rolling through. We're trying to roll through. Let me look. Yep, there it is. There it is. We got storms. Oh, shit. Yeah, we might get some nice rumbles of thunder here. Hail report of pea-sized. Moving northeast. that will... I can't do that. Okay. Yeah, just all the way through southeastern Missouri and everything. Yes, I do think storms are going to impact Kentucky here. Yes, I would say EF4+ is possible. Dark by the Ford plant. I'm not too far from the Ford plant. Lafayette. Let me look real quick. I really got to start packing my stuff here. Neighbors are being loud. Lafayette. Probably be early tomorrow morning. I think, yeah. Might see some isolated supercells down there in southeastern Louisiana. I really do think the maximized threat for tomorrow is going to be the eastern Mississippi, western Alabama vicinity. Yes, probably tornadoes in southern Indiana. Tonight. Probably tonight. Yep. Anytime after midnight for you guys in parts of Indiana. It's going to definitely be weaker as it rolls through that area, but we're still talking about that threat for tornadoes. All right, guys. I'm going to get going here. I got to get packed. I got to get ready for a chase. I will be live probably around 2 to 3 p.m. So it's not going to be too long after this. So I appreciate you so much for tuning into today's stream. We'll be live again later today. Really appreciate you guys so much. I do believe Hunter will be live or out today. I don't know where the heck he's going to be. But he'll be out there somewhere. Appreciate you guys so much for tuning in today. Oh, actually, wait. How do I end the stream here? Do I just go through here? Oh, look. It's me on the top left corner. Appreciate you guys so much for tuning in. I will catch you all later on the chasing stream. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. I will see you guys all later. Never.